jersey you're wearing would not fly in Minnesota. You would get in big trouble wearing this jersey. And it's okay. It's all right. You don't take it close. Oh, you got the wild underneath it? There you go. How about the North Stars underneath that? As many of you know, or maybe some of you don't know, Paul has retired, so you notice he's not gone anywhere, and we're going to keep him on the line as well. Back in September, after 38, am I wrong? 37?
Quit counting.
38 years with CBMC, right? Anybody else got that beat? I don't know.
Some of these guys weren't even born.
Yep. And that would be like about 16 CBMC presidents then, because we only, that's a different story, right?
All of the CBMC presidents, this guy is unique.
Well, because I'm buddy. Yeah.
Karen, could you imagine Ted DeMoss dancing down the
To every season, Paul. Yeah. And I think you've actually managed to be, how was the word, released?
Fired.
Okay, fired by 3, including international, right?
So it's like a cat with 9 lives. You kill the cat and the next day it comes back. So yeah, I got fired in 1999 by USA. I went to work for International.
That's why.
6 years later, International fired me, and Pat O'Neill called me and he said, "So what are you going to do?" And I said, "I have no idea." And he says, "Come back and work for us again." So I did. And so when I decided to retire back a couple of months ago, I called Belinsky up and said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Well, I need to retire." He said, "Well, when?" And I said, "Today." It's like when you get fired, you're done like that. Well, when I decided to retire, it was like that. It was time to go. So here I am. 2 months later, spending a week in Chattanooga with some of the best people in the world, only now I have the choice to be here. I'm a volunteer again, and Alan is teaching me how to do this. Mark, listen up.
Paul's not allowed to come back anymore. And I will also tell you, though, because he is a fellow Northland guy, right? There's a few of us out there. Paul is a beloved man. And, Northland has been kind of this really neat, amazing area of CBMC. It's kind of a jewel, right, within CBMC. God has just done some amazing work there. But as it says in Corinthians, there's somebody, God, there's planting the seed, there's watering, right? Apollos water. Paul had a huge part, right, Alan? In seeing the growth that we saw in Northland and just the work that he's done around the West and in this ministry. We'll be reaping the rewards of that effort for years and years to come. So we are very blessed to call you our brother, and for the work that you've done and your commitment and your love of the Lord and your love of the men of this ministry.
Don't forget the women.
No. I love the women of this ministry. But it's just one of the most interesting, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but we had a really neat event in January. And for those of you who were there, you're going to immediately know what I'm talking about. Yeah, John's shaking his head. So there's a thing we talk about at CBMC, but what does it look like to finish strong? What does it look like to disciple another man? What does it look like to pass the baton in a way? And so Paul, as the decision was made that he was going to actually come into working in the programs area, and Alan was going to step into the regional, he made a point of kind of planting the flag in terms of marking it with ceremony and marking it with purpose. And what he did was he pulled a ladder up on the stage, and then he proceeded to grab some boxing gloves and a towel that had been used to wash his feet in the ministry, and he brought Alan up on stage, and he proceeded to go through a process of handing over these cherished items that he had received as a result of his ministry. And then he did this while standing on the ladder and describing how there comes a point in a man's life where you need to step off the ladder and allow the next person to step up, because while you are on the ladder, they cannot step up into the place that God is calling them to be. And everybody that was in that room was moved by that. And I tell you that because it gives you just a little picture of the kind of man this guy is and how he loves those around him and really is all about disciple making. And so it is my honor, my pleasure, my friend, to give this little award to you. And I'm going to, there you go. I'm going to read it, or you can read it if you want to. There you go.
Oh, you go ahead.
All right. Paul Johnson, thank you for blessing CBMC with your humble leadership, skillful pen, heartfelt ministry, and a deep love of the Lord. 36, we said 38, didn't I get it wrong? Okay. 220, 221, whatever it takes. Dedication and commitment. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Psalms 119:24. God bless you, my brother. And then for those of you who are old enough to know, here's Johnny, Mr. Cofield. Time for you to come. I always liked doing that. I always wanted to do it. I never was Ed McMahon.